Welcome to English Pawcast. Hi, I'm Vivi.
I'm Winston. Let's go.
Let's go!
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to English Pawcast, your favorite podcast for learning English, understanding life, and exploring the world with your two favorite hosts. I'm Winston.
And I'm Vivi. Welcome to the Pawcast. We hope you are having a pawsome day.
So, Vivi, let me ask you a question. How was your weekend? Did you finally get that beauty sleep you were talking about?
Oh, Winston, don't even ask. I was supposed to sleep in, right? But then my friend called and asked if I could help her move to a new apartment. And before my brain could even process the question, my mouth just said, sure, no problem. I spent my entire Saturday carrying heavy boxes. My back is still hurting.
Oh, no. Why didn't you just say no? You've been complaining about being tired all week.
I don't know. I felt bad. I didn't want to disappoint her. What about you? Did you finish that video game you finally bought?
Nope. My boss texted me on Friday night. Hey, Winston, can you quickly check this report over the weekend? And of course, I replied, absolutely, boss. So I spent my entire Sunday staring at spreadsheets.
Wow. So basically, neither of us has a life because we don't know how to say a simple two-letter word. N-O. No.
Exactly. And that brings us to today's topic. Today, we are going to talk about the power of saying no. Why is it so hard to refuse people? What is the cost of always saying yes? And most importantly, how can we learn to say no politely but firmly?
Let's start with the why. Why do we torture ourselves? Winston, do you think we're just weak?
I don't know if weak is the right word. I think we are just trying to be nice guys. Nobody wants to be the bad guy in the office or in a friendship. We're afraid of conflict.
That's true, but there's actually a deep scientific reason behind it. I was reading some evolutionary psychology papers the other day.
Oh, here comes Professor Vivi.
Hey, let me finish. It turns out our fear of saying no actually comes from our caveman ancestors.
Wait, cavemen? What do cavemen have to do with my boss texting me on a Friday night?
Think about it. Thousands of years ago, early humans lived in small tribes. Belonging to the tribe meant survival. If a caveman said no to the tribe leader, he might get kicked out of the cave. And if you're wandering alone in the forest?
You get eaten by a saber-toothed tiger.
Exactly. So scientifically speaking, our brains are hardwired to be people pleasers. In psychology, this is called the need to belong. When we say no, our brain senses a threat. It feels like social rejection, and studies show that social rejection actually lights up the same areas of the brain as physical pain.
Wow, that actually makes so much sense. So when my boss asks me to work on the weekend, my ancient brain thinks if I say no, I will get kicked out of the office tribe and eaten by the modern-day tiger, which is poverty.
Precisely. And in our personal lives, we suffer from FOMO, the fear of missing out. If I say no to a party, maybe my friends will stop inviting me altogether. So, listeners, don't blame yourself too much. Our brains are biologically designed to say yes.
Okay, so it's human nature. But Vivi, we're not living in caves anymore. We simply can't say yes to everything. What happens when we do?
Well, we experience something called burnout. Let me introduce a great book to our listeners. It's called Essentialism, the Disciplined Pursuit of Less.
Essentialism. That sounds fancy. What is the core message of the book?
The core message can be summed up in this one quote. Listen closely. If you don't prioritize your life, someone else will.
Ugh, that hits hard. If you don't prioritize your life, someone else will.
It really does. Think about our energy like a smartphone battery, Winston. You wake up in the morning with 100%. You say yes to helping a coworker, minus 20%. You say yes to going to a boring dinner party, minus 30%. By the time you actually want to do something for yourself, like going to the gym, reading a book, or just resting, you're at 5%. You're in the red zone.
That is the perfect analogy. And the worst part is, when you're running on a 5% battery, the quality of your work drops. When I say yes to every single project at work, I end up doing a terrible job on all of them. I'm spread too thin.
Yes, and let's be honest about another hidden cost, resentment. When I was carrying those heavy boxes for my friend last weekend, was I happy? No. I was secretly complaining in my head the entire time. I was thinking, why does she have so much stuff? Why couldn't she just hire a moving company?
Oh, so by saying yes when you really wanted to say no, you actually damaged the friendship in your own mind.
Exactly. It's a lose-lose situation. Saying no is actually a way to protect your relationships, because when you say no to the things you hate, it means when you do say yes to a friend, you mean it with 100% of your heart.
All right, we know the why and we know the cost. Now let's get practical. How do we actually say no without sounding like a jerk? How can our listeners start doing this today?
I have 3 highly effective techniques that anyone can use. Winston, let's do some role play.
I love role play. Let's do it.
Technique number 1, the 24-hour rule, also known as the deferral. The rule is simple. Never answer immediately. Buy yourself some time. Let's practice. I'll be the annoying coworker. Hey, Winston, can you join our committee to organize the annual company party? We have meetings every Tuesday night. It's going to be so much fun.
That sounds interesting, Vivi. Let me check my calendar and get back to you by tomorrow morning.
Perfect. See, you didn't say no, but you didn't say yes. This simple pause stops your caveman brain from panicking. It gives you time to step back and think logically. Do I actually have the time? Do I even want to do this?
I love that. Let me check my calendar. It's so professional and nobody can get mad at you for checking your schedule. Okay, what's the next tip?
Technique number 2, the sandwich method. You put the no between 2 positive statements. It's a compliment, a no, and a thank you. Let's switch. You invite me to something.
Okay. Hey, Vivi, I'm hosting a huge dinner party this Friday night. You have to come.
Oh, wow, Winston, thank you so much for the invitation. That sounds like a lovely evening. Unfortunately, I've had a really long week and I need to stay home and recharge this Friday, so I won't be able to make it. But I really hope you guys have an amazing time.
Wow, that was so gentle. I don't feel rejected at all. You validated my invitation, you gave a clear no based on your own needs, and you wished me well at the end.
Right, and notice I didn't make up a fake excuse. I didn't say my cat is sick or I have to work. I just honestly said I need to recharge. Honesty is usually the best policy.
That's great for friends, but what about the workplace? It's much harder to say no to your boss without getting fired.
That brings us to technique number 3, the trade-off. When your boss gives you extra work, don't say, I won't do it. Instead, make them choose the priority. You play the boss this time.
Okay. Vivi, I need you to drop everything and finish this new client presentation by tomorrow morning.
Sure, Winston, I would be happy to work on the presentation. However, I am currently working on the marketing report that is also due tomorrow. Which one would you like me to prioritize?
Oh, bingo! You're saying yes to doing the work, but no to the unrealistic timeline. You're putting the ball back in the boss's court.
Exactly. You are making your boundaries clear, but you still sound like a team player.
This is brilliant. I'm definitely using the trade-off method on Monday. So, to summarize today's podcast, saying no is incredibly hard because our brains are evolutionarily wired to want to please the tribe.
But if we don't say no, our battery drains. We burn out and we start resenting the people around us.
And remember the golden rule from essentialism. If you don't prioritize your life, someone else will.
Next time someone asks you for a favor that makes you feel overwhelmed, try our 3 tips. Buy yourself some time with the 24-hour rule, soften the blow with the sandwich method, or offer an alternative with the trade-off. It might feel super uncomfortable the first time, but I promise it gets easier.
It's like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. We challenge all our listeners today. Try saying no to one small thing this week. Reclaim your time.
We'd love to hear your stories. Have you ever struggled with saying yes too much? How do you practice saying no? Leave us a comment below or send us a message on our social media.
Thank you so much for tuning in to the English Pawcast. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with a friend who really needs to learn how to say no.
Until next time, protect your boundaries, keep your battery charged, and keep learning.
Because here at the Pawcast, we are all about
Positive language learning for everyone. Bye, everyone.
see ya.